I want to do another talk on um, the E-Singularity Prize, and I may have already done this talk in the car. I do so many talks, sometimes I forget what talks I did. But really, what I want to talk about is um, why the prize? And I've talked about the difference between a reaction and a catalyst, and anyone who knows from chemistry, a catalyst helps a reaction happen. And in many respects, I've been trying to get the pieces together calls the reaction, right? And that just is just, it's been 9 years and, uh, you know, uh, just a lot of walking, a lot of talking, and not a lot of um, results. The only results, tangible results I have is I've been able to build a volunteer organization around Eduit of key individuals that support the vision, willing to add their name to the vision, and have been encouraging me on. So that's been a kind of my form of what's the word? Um, you know, not financial reward, but kind of like proof of concept award. Now, what makes for me, and I've spent the whole weekend researching the X Prize, watching the videos and everything else, and the more information I see, and I've put the information on our website. If you go to updates, you can read, and my error ridden. So if you're hung up on people who can't write English, don't even go there, because I don't, I do my best, but I don't lose any sleep over my writing. I just accept it for what it is. So if you go there, watch the videos. Watch the videos on the McKinsey report at the top, the first video. That video is very important because it actually um, tells you what's been happening with prizes and how they've been growing at a 15% rate, if I recall correctly. And the sizes have been getting bigger and everything else. And it supports and 100% that if we want to radically change global education, what we're going to have to do is provide an incentive, right, for people to participate in the discussion. Because really, to be honest, I'm the only guy right now in the world focused on this kind of solution. Now, you could argue, well, MIT's out there doing OER and everyone else. Yeah, that's great. They're putting out content. What I'm focused on is how do we get that content in a usable fashion, right, to over 2 billion individuals that can't, for the most part, like if you take India, 50% can't even read. All that content is text, so it's useless, right? So that's the whole idea of Wikipedia. Wikitube. Now, Wikitube. So the idea of Wikitube is to aggregate that information, and what we're going to do is allow it possible for anyone to take that information, change it to any language, and deliver it to where we need to go. So, by really stepping up and focusing on this prize really means that I can do what I can do best, which is raise money. Now, you may say, well, Mike, you always say you don't have money. How, you say you're good at raising money, but you're sitting in Japan, as poor as a donkey. Well, for those that don't know how to raise money or haven't raised money, the way to raise money is via face-to-face capital campaign. That starts with a feasibility, which is a bunch of questions that you test. And what you're doing with the feasibility is you're trying to find out their hotspots, and you're trying to find out their concerns and reservations and objections. And what you're doing is you're using that interview as a way to answer that, right? That's face to face. And what's most important in that interview is you're developing a relationship, because that person's getting to know you. I've done a lot of sales, and you pick up the phone, you're trying to talk to them, you're just a voice. You're not. There's no heart. There's no nothing. It's just a voice. It's just data coming across that wire. It's the magic of theater. When you're standing, the reason why we still have theater, right? done away with theater, because the magic of theater is like when you're in that space with that person, you can communicate a passion and a belief structure and a system that is part of your personal paradigm. Here's a little spider, buddy. Go here. Okay, got him off. That you just can't do over the phone. So, I'm stuck in Japan, with an ability, a gift to raise money. I came to Japan really to get away and to think about it. Well, now I need to get back. I need to leave the desert. I need to come out of the desert. I need to leave the cave. I need to get back into the mix. And I need to share what I've learned, what I know, and what I believe with people face to face. So what I like about the eSingularity Prize is that it allows me to do that. And you know what? I don't have to, I've enjoyed the whole development process, but so much of it's out of my hands, right? Right now we're waiting for the silly database to get, everything's done except for the database. So, Wikitube is done, but we haven't done the RPX and the blah, 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 blah to tie in the users. That's all it is. I mean, it works. Everything's up there, but we need a database. So, and it's out of my control. Now, raising money, though, is not out of my control for the most part, because the decision part is out of my control. But I can be meeting with people, and I can be presenting to them the vision, the possibility, the opportunity of supporting the eSingularity Prize for global education. I think we're it. There will be no other more exciting prize for global education. And the fact is, as I always say, eSingularity is only going to happen once. That's right. It's only going to happen once. You know what? And I want to be part of that moment. And whether I'm building the platform or giving away the money because of, hundreds of people have participated in helping to build the platform or create the platform that's going to deliver personal learning experiences based on that user's needs directly to that person. I mean, what greater goal could you set yourself? I want to basically redefine global education. That's my dream. I want to redefine it. I want to make it accessible to everyone. I want to make it free. I want to make it a human right. And I want to put it on track, right? Because it's not on track. And look at the economy in the U.S. Look at the people, who own loans like myself. I have over $100,000 in student loans that I'm not paying. I can't afford to pay. And I'm sitting in Japan. You could say, well, Mike's in Japan running away from his student loans. Well, yeah, you could be right. But, I think the whole going to school, to leave school, to be enslaved by loans, or even worse, have families basically spend their life savings on sending their kids to school and to go into debt and everything else and have that, indentature, right? They're indentature. It's indentature. It's from that's probably the wrong English, but, indentured servants. They're the ones that worked on the land, right? Well, we're all working for the freaking credit card agencies and the loan agencies. So we have to free people, to give them the ability to really live life, and education is that important. There's a hawk right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm flying. Awesome. Well, can't see it. Oh, there he is. Whoa, he flew behind the house. It's my uncle's house.